Hi guys, welcome to Flossmas. It is day 11, the 11th of December, 20 to 9 at night, and all is good. Back in my normal position. Two trunks flashing away there, and I've got a little bit to show you. The more observant, keen-eyed will have noticed that at the beginning you should have got my intro. It is finished. It's rubbish, guys. It's taken me 11 extra days and it's rubbish, but it is done. It is done. So I'll show you that in a second. Yesterday's is a number 10, which needs to go about here, I think, if I have a branch. Oh, I don't have a branch there. Let's put that on there. Oh, Two Trunks is having a bit of a moment there, flashing away, isn't he? There we go, let's put number 10, which was a couple of pine cones, and number 11 is a bunny and some presents. Now, I got asked that I basically made this up as I went along in 2020. These little snippets are taken from Renato Parolin's Christmas pattern. That's the Christmas tree, which I stitched for my parents in 2019, and yeah, so I just took little snippeties off the pattern because I love the pattern so much. I want to stitch it again for myself, but you know, I have way too many other projects on to actually do that. There we go, number 11's on, and I told you yesterday that I had finished pillow 13, and I have. So I now am 2 days in hand, because pillow 14 is still like the others. So, but I've kind of, excuse me, I've got the hiccups, kind of reminded myself how actually to finish them. So with any luck, I'll be able to motor through a couple. I'm going to try and do a couple a day just to get them through them, so that I'm not like battering them out on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I made them up. They are part of 2020's giveaway, which is my longest outstanding giveaway. For those of you who are just getting giveaway presents that were given away a year to 18 months ago, we've got a 2020 outstanding giveaway, which I haven't even finished, but I'm going to try and finish it this year. So, we did a standard Sunday at work. All the breakfasts, loads of breakfast. Breakfast is really popular at the moment, I think, because of the cost of living. Like a cooked breakfast is a lot of food, really, really good value. So we do a lot of cooked breakfast now, which is fine, which is brilliant actually. It's good. It's nice and easy. Now I've got the hang of it. It's mechanical, but our cooked breakfast at work consists of two rashers of bacon, 2 sausages, 2 hash browns, a little pot of beans, a tomato cut in half, like seared and then cooked in the oven, cooked mushrooms, eggs of your choice, a piece of black pudding, and 2 slices of toast. So that's a good breakfast. It's a good breakfast. I can now poach eggs. Who knew? I tell you what, 6 months ago, I could not poach eggs. Oh yeah, I could go through the motions of poaching eggs, but I couldn't just crack them into the water and go, and then later on, you know, give it, I think my eggs might be ready, scoop it up and go, oh, it needs another 20 seconds. Perfect. I can do it now. Hang tight. Interrupt us. It's fine. Okay, yeah. Where was I? Stitching. I have no idea what I was talking about before then, so I'm going to stop. Oh, breakfast at work, yeah. Talk about work. Oh, I decorated cookies. I'm going to put up in front of 2 trees like 6 slides of my cookie evolution for today. I did Christmas puddings, and I've flood iced stars and flood iced polar bears. So there's going to be a little slideshow of little pictures here of my cookies. Now, mince pies appear to be pretty much a UK thing. They are like, they're not my thing. I don't do well with Christmas treats, Christmas food. Christmas cake, the heavy fruit cake that is dark and you feed with alcohol. What? I can't stand it. It's disgusting. Christmas pudding, which is like a steamed ball of poison, like pretty much Christmas cake but steamed. It's full of dark fruit, molasses, brandy, nuts. Well, I love nuts, but like dried fruit. It's like plum pudding almost, I think. And what we do in the UK, we boil it for hours or microwave it now, much easier. Stick it on a plate, pour brandy over it and set fire to it and carry it out to the table with some holly stuck on top of it, and then that's Christmas pudding. And you have it with like brandy butter, which is equally like made by squeezing a devil. It's just, oh, I can't stand it. So I can't stand that. Can't stand Christmas cake. Mincemeat is fruit and suet, so usually not vegetarian, because I mean you can get vegetarian suet, but what? I mean not the vegetarian suet, just in general. What? And it's like heavily spiced with alcohol in it, like the mincemeat we've got at work. I mean, people just go bananas for it, but he got like all the mincemeat and then like went literally along the bar putting a bit of everything in it and stirred it, and it's like matured into this like elixir that I can't stand. But and then you basically make a little tiny pie with it in like a mini cupcake pan. Put some sort of lid on it, and then you cook them, and then you dust them with icing sugar, and then you try and force people to eat them. As you can see, they're not my favourite, so I don't do very well at Christmas. I make, if I can find a picture, I'll put one here, a Norwegian wedding cake, kransekake, something like that. It is just ground almonds, sugar, egg whites, rolled, cooked. It's delicious. You can eat it all in one go. It's divine. That's my kind of Christmas cake, and I always make one every year. I will find a picture because I will have a picture because I take a picture of it every year. Yeah, so I don't do well with Christmas things, but I still make them, obviously. So I just thought I'd just say I think they're fairly standard for the UK, but obviously you have much better stuff. Your mince pie is kind of like as staple as a pumpkin pie would be, I think, for Thanksgiving in America. It's that kind of on a par. Everybody has them, except for me because I can't stand them. Anyway, stitching. It's Flossmas. We should be stitching. Look, I finished it. The only addition, oh my goodness me, it is not Christmassy coloured. I picked colours I liked. It is not Christmas coloured. These are currently just blobbed on with super glue. Obviously I reached the end of my tether. I will stitch these on, just catch them all the way around so that they don't snap. These are just little laser cut die things. I was going to turn them into little needle minders, but it would appear I have super glued them onto my fabric. So I have a Welcome to Flossmas finished, finally, in the worst piece of stop motion, because obviously it's taken me days and days and days to do it. So yeah, that's a bit crap. Did that just fall off? Have I lost one already? I've lost one already. Right, I can see where that went. Let me just glue that back on with trusty said super glue. Okay, that way. I don't think it makes much odds. I'm going to put a few more little blobs on this because I think it's going to break anyway. So let's do crafting. Let's do crafting, they said. There we go. Oh, I'm having terrible trouble with my light. Hey, what about my shiny forehead last night? Honestly, there was nowhere in that admittedly beautiful kitchen that I could stand, that I could sit, I could hide, where I didn't have the downlighters must be, oh my god, I tell you, stitching in there is amazing. It's like a million lumens in that room, apart from when I wanted to find somewhere without a shiny forehead. So shiny forehead video. There we go. This also has the start. I'll have to frog that because I have a small plan for this. That is the start of a tribal cat. So I started stitching with rayon. Don't do it. Don't ever do the rayon. Not like that. I have some rayon now that is like Gutermann, but so anyway, I have a plan for this. So hold tight. As you know, my plans take a very long time to come to fruition. So I finished that. Now I can have my 11 by 11 back, which is really good news. Means I can put a different piece in and stitch on something else, because you know that's been days in the making. I'm going to find in another very wrinkly crinkly bag, my Santa quill. I'm going to put him in this Q-snap because I need to get on with him. And I've been chopping and changing and swapping out and swapping in the pieces, which is just basically just driven me bananas. So usually I have 4 of these on the go with the pieces that I'm currently stitching. I've made decisions. Oh, I'm going to be super straightforward tonight. I've made decisions about my New Year starts. Oh dear, this is that I've used the really floppy one. Look, I need to put this in the dishwasher or something and tighten it back up, or just keep packing them with packing. Anyway, I haven't stitched on that at all. As you can see, it's exactly where it was, but I'm going to get on with that now. It's in a Q-snap. That won't stand up straight. So I'm going to show you my only piece of legitimate stitching that I have done. Ta-da! I am here. This bit is complete. I went up to there. I'm now going up this bit of the E before we go that way. And this whole piece, as far as I can gather, is 552, a glorious purple, and 725 and 741. That's all it is, 3 colours. So I'm going to motor up and finish off the C, and I'm even contemplating stitching the L and getting this off my whip pile, because I'm now realising that the end of the year whip parade's coming up, and my whip intervention that was, I think, May, possibly May, I had 57 whips. I think I have more than 57 whips now, even though I have finished some things. I have started more, I think, than I have finished. So I think I'm over 57, and I'm thinking about my plans for 2023, and I think I need to finish things. So, decisions. After reading all my comments, thank you very much for all my lovely comments and my mad shopping spree, which incurred no actual money because I have got a lovely balance on my Haid account, which I'm very grateful for because it allows me to feed my pattern buying habit, and I was very kindly bought Shangri-La. I've decided what I'm starting. I'm starting 2 of them in the new year. I'm going to start this kitten because I can't bear not stitching him, and I think I'm going to start the kitten on a piece of fabric that I started Fireside Dreams Randall Spangler that I am not ready to stitch yet. With all my other stitching, I think I've got to sacrificially 1 in 1 out, so I'm going to UFO that. There's literally 400 stitches in it. I'm literally at like 0.2% or something silly like that. I'm going to sacrifice the 400 stitches of black, and I'm going to stitch that kitten on that piece of fabric. That's using a piece of fabric that's just going to sit there indefinitely, and I love that little kitten. I just have to stitch him, and I love the shine on the Kilner jars and all of that. I just want to stitch him. So I'm going to start him as my New Year start, and I'm also going to start the jungle montage because it screams at me. I don't know if it's because I watched Avatar the other night and Avatar 2 is coming out, and I am going to really, 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 really try to go and see it at the cinema. I want to. I have not been to the cinema for, well, the last thing I saw in the cinema was The Incredibles 2. So somebody will know how old that is. That's the last time I went to the cinema. So I've not been to the cinema to watch a grown-up film for about 15 years, probably more. And I've only seen kids' movies and not one for a very long time. So I'm going to really try to go and see Avatar 2. I know it's 3 hours long and I only have 3 hours, and why wouldn't I have stitching? Why couldn't I stitch for the 3 hours? I think I need to watch it. But that kind of looks, it's kind of floating on a Avatar-ish Pandora Island thing, island in the sky thing. So I think I want to start that. And to that end, if it fits, and it should, I'm going to UFO Cosmic Marbles, which was one of my last new starts. But I started that on a whim, and I think I want to stitch that instead of that. And I'm, again, Cosmic Marbles is at 2 seconds while I hunt through the... Found my sticker. Lizzie drew that. It's my sticker. Got a very talented artistic daughter. My middle girl loop. Anyway, Cosmic Marbles is at... There's 11, there's 1200 stitches in it. It's at 0.34. And yes, I love it and I would love to stitch it. But when you've only done... Oh, trick. Showing the trick, turn the brightness down. It works, thank you. When you've only done this little tiny bit here, this green I've not stitched, obviously that's the colour selection. Let's get rid of that. Oh, make big. Right, when you've only stitched that much of it, I figure I can fit a jungle montage on that bit. Now that's 25 count, so it will be slightly out of my comfort zone to stitch it a little bit smaller than I'm used to, because I am a 20 count stitcher. At 25 count, it means it'll be with like photographic quality, because that's really good too. So I'm going to start them both, and I'm going to start them both January the 1st. So it's going to be a Zero Murichetti January starter job. So I don't know if anyone else wants to join me along and start one of his pieces on January the 1st, and we'll see how we get along with them. To that end, for next year, January, I think I'm going to have things every month that I think I might be able to finish. So if it was December I was doing this, I would say, right, in December I'm going to stitch on my treasure hunt bookshelf. I'm going to do 1%. Is this an origami swan? By the way, I think it's an origami swan, isn't it? I was looking at it thinking, what is that? It's not something from Star Wars. I think that might be an origami swan. There's tons of mistakes in it, but the folding, I'm not very good at making them anyway, so I've done the folding a bit wrong. I think that's what it is. Anyway, so I'm going to do my... So every month I'm going to try and do my 1% on my treasure hunt bookshelf. Absolutely given. That's 7,223 stitches a month. Full stop. Got to do it. And then say if it was December, I'd say, right, well in December I'm going to try and finish Noel and get it done. One whip out. So I'll pick something that's nearly over half done, maybe nearly going to get there. And then I'll say something like, and I'm going to try and put a whole heap of stitches into this and see how far I can get. And then maybe this one, in another month, I'll say, right, this is my finish goal. And then any other time, I can pick up whatever I want. So it's going to be a, gotta do it, want to finish it, and whatever I want. So if you see what I mean. So, and I'm just going to try not to start all the things like I usually do, but I probably will start all the things because why not? So, sorry, Two Trunks, I keep doing that. Okay, so good decisions made today that I'm going to treasure hunt bookshelf, something I think I might be able to finish in the month, and whatever else I feel like stitching on, and some new starts. So probably for the first couple of months, the whatever else I'm going to want to stitch on is probably going to be one or the other of my new starts. But for both of those, I'm going to use the fabric I've already got. I'm going to one in, one out. So I'm going to UFO 2. Obviously, I've still got the patterns. I still love the patterns. I still want to stitch the patterns, but I have to prioritise, partly because I'm not going to keep buying huge pieces of fabric that are, you know, moderately expensive in the big scheme of things. I don't really have spare cash to buy huge bits of fabric all the time. So if it's only got like the tiniest of start, I'm going to UFO it, keep the pattern, and maybe start it again later. I've done that with so many things, but that's fair dues. So I think I've got lots of things. So when I do my whip parade, I'm going to organise it into things like that. I'm going to organise it into the categories, and I'm probably going to dredge out we'll see when I do my whip parade how many pieces I think I've got that I might be able to get finished. Some of them will be unreasonable and I won't be able to do it, but some of them I might be able to. But I'm not going to set like this month I am doing this and this month I am doing that, because I won't feel like that. I'm just going to say, right, here's a load of pieces, let's see what I fancy, and we'll see how we get along. I've babbled for ages. What will I find to talk about tomorrow? Tomorrow I will find a little prize to give away, so we'll see what I come up with. I'll find something, and yeah, I am day off tomorrow. I am going in over lunch. I'll probably be in 12 till 3 probably. I think we've got 2 big tables. Well, we've got a table of 12. We've got a table of 5 or 6. Table of 12, table of 5 or 6, and then at about 2 o'clock, we've got currently, I think, 38 old boys. Could possibly be up to about 46 old boys. We call them our mallards. They're the old boy members who are playing around of, well, let's be honest, fucking freezing golf, and then coming in for Christmas dinner. So we'll do the dinner. They can go and freeze their asses off out on the course. It's not been above 0 here for 3 days now. The course is very crispy, beautiful. I mean, festive, beautiful, but freezing. So these old boys better be ready for that. And then we'll do them a lovely Christmas dinner. And then I'm going to go and pick up my girls, and possibly Austin, depending on when his daddy finishes work, and take them Christmas shopping for their friends, and then get them some tea, and then take Flora to cadets, and then pick Flora up from cadets, and then I'll come home and I'll do a Flossmas video. So it's going to be late tomorrow. It's going to be 10:15ish before I'm even recording, so it's going to be another one that goes up at about midnight tomorrow, depending on my upload. Yesterday my video upload, I know my video was short yesterday, but it uploaded in 3 minutes, which beats the hour and a quarter, hour and a half and reset that it took the other night. There's just no way of telling what YouTube's going to be playing at. Anyway guys, this is long, loads longer than I was expecting, but I've made some New Year decisions. I've decided what I'm starting, and I will see you tomorrow for day 12, and that's halfway. That's halfway to Christmas Eve. I need to sort out the Christmas presents that I currently have tonight or tomorrow, because I need to know what I'm missing. I knew this would happen. I haven't really done anything Christmas shopping wise since the end of November, because I knew I was going to be like this and just like blah. And I've got to be in work on Thursday as well, and then on Sunday I'm going down to get Maddie. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do on Sunday video wise. Probably do a really quick Flossmas from her bedroom when I get there. We'll see. I've got Flora coming with me. Don't tell school, she's not going to be in on the Monday. I thought school was finishing on the Friday, so I said to Flora, you can come with me. She's really excited. They're until bloody Tuesday, so I'm going to have to phone up on Monday and go, I'm terribly sorry, Flora isn't in school today. She's in Cambridge. Sorry. And hope that they don't shout at me. It's actually really good because it's an answer machine message, so we'll just deal with that when we cross the bridge. She's been really good this year. I sent her in without a voice for 3 days. I sent her in really sick. I feel bad already, but I haven't. I never just take my kids out of school just cause, but I promised her. I hope they don't mind. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, guys, for some Flossmas and another pointless blathery chat. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.